Right guys, here with Coach Bills, Coach Muz, new under-13 management team. First of all, result and goal scorers please.
Score was 3-1.
Scorers were Sammy, Jordi and Jeff.
Alright, first game in charge for you Muz, alongside Bills. How was that for you?
New experience, moved up to 11 aside now. So it's a whole different ball game. But from what I've seen in training sessions, the boys were ready to go out today. We were stressing that for the last couple of weeks, that last season was a bit disappointing. Let's go out this half and try and finish near that top of that table. We played East London Colts today, second in the table, and credit to the boys, they put up a fight today. And from the first kickoff, was it 10 seconds? They must have scored a goal straight away. Straight at it, pressure, we love that. So yeah, good performance overall.
Bills, we know you hate losing. How was that for you out there?
The big smile on my face. Now, well, look, they beat us 3-0 last time, East London Colts, a very good team as well. We addressed a few issues at the start of the game today to make sure we apply the pressure. We played that ball on the ground and we finished the chances today. And to be fair, in the first half, the first 10 seconds we played, we pressured, we got the ball back. We scored straight away we scored. Within the first 10 seconds, we got the 3-0 up in the first half, so I couldn't ask for more from the boys. However, second half we dropped off, so a lot to work on for the remainder of the season. But yeah, it's about keeping consistency this half of the season. That's the aim for me and Coach Muz.
All right, brilliant guys. On to next week now. Thank you.
See you later.
All right guys, here with Coach Ethan, Coach Pele, the new under-12s management. First game in charge. First of all, results, goal scorers please.
Result 10-1. Asad 3, Adam 2, Riley 2, Kieran 1, Usaid 1. Someone else scored. Afif.
Yeah, he scored your second goal, innit?
Oh yeah.
All right, so that's the first game in the Red League. Ethan, your first game in charge of the 12s. You had this age group last year. How does this age group compare to the last age group you had?
Oh, I'm a lot more impressed with these now, I can't even lie. I just think they bring a different game to what the 13s have. You know, they're a lot more aggressive. They just look like they want to play a lot more. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really impressed. I was really impressed with the first half as well. Second half they kind of fell off a bit. I think they got a bit lazy. You know, the other team wasn't really coming back. It wasn't looking like they were going to score anymore as well. But yeah, we'll pick it up from there.
Pels, first game in the Red League. It's a promotion, and you just carry on from where you left off, and with the same squad. So, what you've been doing in training, was that what you were expecting, or was it different?
I mean, me and Ethan had a chat before we started, you know, taking it under 12s, as we were trying to implement a sort of pressing game. And I mean, parts of it was quite good, you know. Brentford very rarely got into our half. We didn't really concede any chances. But the other part of the game where the passing and moving, that wasn't there. So that's something we probably work on a bit more, along with the pressing. And yeah, we should see some. This is the beginning, and 10-1 is a good start.
Brilliant. And speaking on conceding, we have our goalkeeping coach, brand new, joining the team, Noah. He's Ethan's little brother. Let's just do this. Little brother, big brother. Little brother, big brother. Yeah. Anyway, Noah, you saw the chance, you saw the goal conceded today.
Yeah.
You know there's work to be done. What are you bringing to the club?
I'm bringing something that's never been done before. We haven't really had a goalkeeper coach, so I'm going to try and bring something that no one's done before. I'm going to help all goalkeepers, not just one year group. I'm not going to focus on anyone specifically. I'm going to help everyone individually. So far, I've had just a warm-up with this goalkeeper, and he's only conceded 1 goal. So I think in my books, he's had a good result from what I've done so far. I've just done little things with him today. Obviously, I couldn't do really any saves with him since I only had around 10-15 minutes, but I worked on him with catching, receiving the ball after shots, and giving the ball out. And I think all the things we went over, he done well. So hopefully in the future, I'll be able to do that with all my coaches, all my goalkeepers. Sorry.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
Thank you.
Alright guys, here with Coach Mo, under 9s. First of all, result please.
We drew 1-1 against Aldersbrook. Huzaifa Dalal got a goal.
Scrappy game of football.
Yep.
Terrible pitch conditions. Let's just have a look at the pitch. Look at the state of that. Yeah, you know. Sum that one up for us.
Say it's a game of 2 halves. I thought in the first half was all them. I thought we had one player in our first half, and that was Yunus. Some of the saves he made were outstanding, kept us in the game throughout the whole game. I think they hit the bar about 4 times, so we were under a lot of pressure. But we created some chances of our own. And second half, we woke up a little bit, opened the game up, just by releasing the ball a bit earlier. We had a threat in Amit, in Huzaifa, and especially Hamas when he came on as well, great threat. And Hamas with a brilliant ball to put Huzaifa through, and he finished it off. We conceded in, I think, the last 2-3 minutes, which is unfortunate, but I thought we didn't deserve to win that game, so I thought fair result, 1-1.
What you been doing in training throughout these last few weeks? Because that out there wasn't the team that we know.
Yeah, I mean, first half was atrocious. I mean, we went back to 2017 when we first started, and the boys realised at half time, they woke up in the second half, they started to take a touch and look up, and that's all we needed them to do, because we played Aldersbrook, we know they're a good unit, big lads, good technically, very good, and every time they received the ball, our boys, they thought they were under pressure, and they weren't. So I think once they started to take that extra touch and look up, and then they realised they had a lot more time, and that's when we started to play better football and release it out wide. But until then, it was very scrappy. We had a bunch of dribblers on the pitch who wanted to go past everyone. On the surface, it's difficult. You can't change direction as quick, and they struggled. But yeah, we fought it out in the end, 1-1.
Ah, well done. Good result, considering.
Yeah.
On to next week now.
Yeah.
Alright guys, here with the new under-8 management team, Coach Saf, Coach Aswat. First of all, results and goal scores please.
The result was 6-4 to us.
Rafai with the 4 goals, Atif with 1, and Hamza with 1.
Aswat, first game in charge.
Yep.
How was that for you? First look at them.
They need a lot of work. It was a brilliant performance today from a lot of boys. We got to see Isa. I forgot his surname, but he was brilliant out there. Like, we've got a proper star in the making there. Atif was brilliant. I mean, he was brilliant. He made a few mistakes, but we'll work on that. David again was quality. I think today the boys just they tried to play out from the back, so I'll give them credit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few training weeks.
Saf, you a little bit upset, not much passing going on. Was that an instruction? Were they told to dribble? Because I know we've been doing a lot of one-to-one stuff in training. So, you know, they're going to go out there, they're going to experiment. Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. Obviously, with the under-8s, they're all just getting into the football now. Obviously, getting their confidence up, dribbling down past a few players does help their confidence a lot. It weren't what they were taught to do. That wasn't the game plan. The game plan was to start off from last season, take it on from there. Everyone knew their position really. We only had a new addition of Isa. He was a addition to and a partnership to David at the back. But I feel like in performance-wise, I wasn't really too happy. From what they have performed before last season to what they did today, it was very scatty. Everything was everywhere really. There wasn't much hunger from the boys. Maybe it might be because of the weather and because of the time, but they were all looking forward to the new season. We heard it on Tuesday, we heard it on Saturday, we can't wait until the game start, but I feel like they went just off the mark here. We got a lot of goals, don't get me wrong. They done really well to score some great goals. Rafai scored some amazing goals. But I don't feel like it was a team effort. And I think we need to get that team effort, the team play going on.
Alright, brilliant guys. That's 1 game, 1 win. On to next week now.
Alright, ready? Alright, Rudy. 3 wins, 1 draw. Sum it up for us.
Another undefeated weekend. Good to be back. It's been a long few weeks and happy to be back on the football pitch. We start with the under-8s. They won 6-4. Quite a good performance from them. They're young at the end of the day. I think sometimes people forget how young they actually are, but it's a winning start for them. And I saw some good individual performances, and I got faith in the new management team to get them up to standard, get them playing the right way. And you know, even if we lose games, it's not massive, it's not a big deal. But we are, it's no hidden secret. We are chasing as many wins as we possibly can get, but with the right performance. So it's a good start for them. I'll leave the under-9s till the end. Under-13s, we caught the second half basically of the game, 3-1 win. That's a much needed result for that team and for that management team, because they don't win games as often as they should be doing, especially with the squad that they got. So another good positive note is getting Sammy on the score sheet. It's about time. That's his first goal of the season and his last year's top scorer. So, you got to get him. To be fair to him, he was playing centre half for most of the season. He's gone back up front, got himself a goal, and that can only do him good, do the under-13s good. But I'm not getting carried away with that team because we know what happens. 1 week it's a great result, and the next week they fall off. So let's hope this sort of builds and moves can carry them on and get more results, because that's a good team that they beat. So playing the lesser teams, they should be just dominating and winning the games by 5, 6, 7. So let's see. We'll keep that one on hold. Under 12s just there. Red league, different league, same result. They go strength by strength. The front four are just too quick for everybody in this league, too skillful, and when they get in front of goal, they really miss chances. So another 10 goals today can only be good for that team, could only be good for the likes of Ethan, the young manager coming in to that side, can only help him with players like that. So, and also the fringe players, as we call them, the boys on the bench and the boys that don't get much of the plaudits, I thought they done very, very well, especially Adam Patel, the boy's young, and Kieran as well. They're both young. Kieran especially, 9 years old, he's in year 5. This is a year 7 league, for anyone who doesn't know. So he's playing 2 years above his age, and he's just superior to a lot of people. I think he's one of the best left backs in the league, in this age category. And you know what, he could even do a job in the under 13s. That's how good he is. So definitely one for the future. And then the under 9s, the most disappointing team of the day, and we rarely say that. To be fair, we're lucky to get a win, lucky to get a draw, and I'm lucky to get anything out of that game really, because the game should have been dead and buried in the first half. They missed chance after chance after chance, and Aldersbrook were the better team today. The under 9s, I think they're getting a bit complacent. Fact is, they had Omid today, and you got to remember, teams that even Omid plays, he's one player at the end of the day, and every single team in the league knows just how good he is. So they're going to do a job on him all day long. It's about the other players now. And when he disappears, I think from next week he's not here. So I worry about that team, because I don't think they're going to be as dominant as... look, they didn't lose, which is a good thing. And that's a sign of a champion. But it wasn't good enough at all. Coach Moore agrees with me. I think everybody who was watching agrees with me. Parents agree with me. That was just complacent. It wasn't like it was the earliest kickoff in the world. It was a decent kickoff time. The weather's decent. The pitch was a bit shambles, but they have to figure that out. They're 3-time champions consecutively. And
also in the under-8s game, you took a few parents to the side.
Yeah.
Just sum up what you said to them.
Basically just saying that, look, I think sometimes people do get overacted. These are football parents at the end of the day. That's what I call them. I call them footballing parents. They're going to be passionate. They want to spur their kid on, and fair play to them. I just give them the advice that, look, don't expect too much of them. Just don't, if they do something wrong, encourage them. Let them try it again. If as coaches, I tell the coaches, if a kid tries to step over and he fails, don't say to him, don't do it again. Let him try it again and again and again until he perfects it. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to perfect that game. And we're not going to get everything in 1 week. Kids have to try different things all the time. There may be a week where the coaches are working on something defensive, and they just want to see a defensive way of playing, and they may concede a lot of goals. But that's part of football, Not every game is going out to win. Sometimes you just have to take a seat back and do what you've implemented in training. Otherwise, there's no point of this.
Also we've started a new year off with a bang, I'd say.
Yeah.
New management, 3 wins, 1 draw. Where do we go from here?
Just carry on. Just carry on, simple as that. That's what we're here to do. No different. We're bigger, we're better, and we'll get bigger and better. So carry on.
And also we've started a Essex branch now.
Yep.
Officially up and running. Do you want to give the fans a bit of an info for those who don't already know?
Second branch, same principle. We're not changing anything. It's not like it's a second branch and we do things different. We do exactly the same thing. New kids, new players. We had a player make his debut for the under 8s from the Essex branch. So we've only been open for 1 week and already a player's come through. And what a player he is, If I'm the under 8s management, I'll give him the armband straight away, because he's that good. Yep. Because he's a leader and he's like his dad. He's a compliment to his old man. His old man's exactly the same as him. So, well done Isa, well done everyone today. And on to next week, now we go.
All right, thanks Rudy.
Yep.